This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The countdown continuing towards the Commonwealth Youth Games, and earlier today, 2 more appointments were made. We get that story from Charles Fisher.
With the Games just a little over a month away, the Bahamas Olympic Committee naming Deron Donaldson chef de mission and 18-year-old Emily Lowe his assistant.
This is one of the biggest games to actually be held here in the region. And for us, the Bahamas, to have this great pleasure in hosting, I mean, it's a tremendous opportunity for myself and Emily to manage such a, large team. And I think it'll be our biggest delegation ever.
This opportunity I'm very excited to have, and I'm very proud of it. It's nothing that I had ever thought would come. And when I was first offered it, I was very excited, and I immediately jumped at the hand to be able to participate in this. And I'm quite looking forward to the organizing, because I'm very, very into organizing and making sure everything's well managed.
BOC President Wellington Miller explains how the two were selected.
Donaldson is Vice President of the Bahamas Olympic Committee and is a young person. Emily is from Equestrian. She's a young person, and she was recommended to us as a person who will do a good job. And we take the president of the Equestrian, Bahamas Equestrian, we took our advice, and Emily was named to the team. Their role in particular will be to manage the Bahamian athletes and officials, 180 of them I'm told. They'll be to manage them, make sure that they get to the events on time, make sure they get back to the hotel on time, make sure their food, they eat on time, and they go to bed on time, and they wake up on time, and they get to the training site on time. Everything got to be on time.
And with both being young in age, the relationship with the athletes will work out just fine.
We are looked in the youthful eye. We do have a little bit more connection with them, as they don't see us as too much older, and they can still really relate with us, and we still kind of know what's happening. We're still in the social media. We still know what's going on with their lives.
It's threading on how to speak to them, how to approach them, and then having a good rapport with the managers and the physios and the doctors on staff so they can then relate. Because me speaking to 80 athletes at one time, that's not going to work. The plan will be to break up in team groups and, have the coaches and the managers speak to these athletes, and hopefully that they're portraying the same way that I would speak to the athletes, even though they're young. So I'm going to speak to them with respect and handle them with respect.
Once again, the Games, July 16th through the 23rd, right here in the Bahamas. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
The NCAA Division I Outdoor Track and Field Championships opening up last night in Eugene, Oregon. Quite a performance from T.Ray Smith as he qualified for 3 finals. He ran 20.36 in the 200, while also helping Auburn's 4x1 and 4x4 teams move on. The news not so good for Southeastern Louisiana's Andre Colebrook. He came up short of the 400 hurdle final with a run of 50.67. The NACAC Age Group Track and Field Championships will take place June 17th and 18th in Port of Spain, Trinidad. Cedrica Roll is the head coach for Team Bahamas.
It's a small team, 8 members, 4 girls, 4 boys. The athletes will be participating in 2 age groups category, under 13 and under 15. The athletes will be competing in multiple events, ranging from sprint events, mid-distance, field events like the softball throw, the high jump, hurdling. They're still training with their respective coaches. We do have a team practice with the relay practice sessions, getting the team comfortable with the baton exchanges, because the relay team is a mixed team made up of male and female athletes. So it's kind of different for them, because that's not something that we are accustomed to. My expectation, we're going to represent, and we are going to represent the 242. And looking at the dynamics of the team, I am very confident that they will bring back goals.
The Bahamas Softball Federation has named its girls team for the Under-19 World Games in Clearwater, Florida. Making up the squad, Sari Albury, Monette Cartwright, Sophie Cartwright, Antonia Cooper, Shantae Curtis, Aaliyah Ferguson, Valencia Gibson, Altavia Hall, Ramona Hanna, Danasha Heald, Elia Johnson, Rima Audubon, Keshelle Robinson, Deshae Stubbs, Kendalia Turner, Mia Turner, and Denisha Woodside.
We have a lot of youth on the team. We have a 14-year-old in Mia Turner. We have a 14-year-old in Rima. And the Bahamas only could get better from the talent we have. What we're going to also do is we're going to take these girls with us to the pony tournament in Washington. That is from July the 17th to the 21st. Why we're going to do that is because we want them to begin to mesh together in an international tournament. And they're going to have 2 days off, and then we're going to play in the World Games.
Our senior ladies and senior men softball teams also have competition this summer in the Dominican Republic as they look to qualify for the CAC and Pan Am Games. Gary Super Johnson will manage the ladies squad.
You know, we're going to be giving you a good workout up until the end of June, and then we're going to break off. We want to have the team name by the end of June, so that we could have the full week of July to really work out with the team that's going away. You know what I mean? So it's important that, you know, if you feel that you can make the national team, come out and practice. The team isn't picked. So, you know, don't come out, coaches encourage your players to come out and give an effort to make the national team. Be in contact with the Freeport, and then there's some girls we know down in Abaco, so you have to check with those. But the coach from Freeport was here on the weekend. He'll be working out in Freeport, and then, you know, within the next 2 weeks, we'll sort of consolidate and see what is the best thing we can come up with. And this year, I think it's going to be the first time in a long time we're going to have some college kids that is going to be able to go. With some of the youngsters, even from the junior team, a couple of them might end up making the senior team. They have good talent. I think our main team, like anything else, is going to always be the pitching. We're going to put together a good defensive team, a good hitting team, a good offensive team, but pitching is going to be our mainstay. You're going to have hold those teams 2-3 runs. You can't give a 4 and 5 runs and expect to win. So you have to be prepared for good competition. You also have to be in condition. You have to be playing double headers, playing back to back, and every day.
Of course, sending off multiple teams isn't cheap, but the BSF is doing all in its power to make sure the 242 is represented.
So far, we're in pretty good shape for the junior ladies. But we still have the challenge ahead with the senior ladies and the senior men. We're gonna reach out to corporate Bahamas. We're gonna get some. We promised, I think, some support from the government.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned and check on weather still to come.